Good morning, students. Welcome to the once again the daisy classes of Divya English Medium School. Fourth class, the first lesson, the solar system and the Earth. In the third class, we have discussed what is Earth, what we call the Earth, and why Earth is called a living planet, and what is the shape of the Earth. All these things we have discussed in the third class EVS first lesson. Now when it comes to the fourth class, first lesson is the solar system and the Earth. Before going to the topic that is solar system, let us see when we see the open sky in the night time and in the daytime, what you will see in the sky. We can see a bright object, and in the night time we can see a object which is giving the light, not as bright as what we see in the morning time, and at the same time billions of uncountable number of some twinkling objects we can see, which are very small in size. All these things we can observe during the daytime. Moon, these bright objects and the twinkling objects we can see in the night time, and a bright object we can see only in the daytime. So what are these objects? So the bright object, which what we see in the daytime, which is giving the light and the heat, this is nothing but the what we call it as a sun. And the twinkling objects, which are billion uncountable in number, whereas this sun is, these two objects what we see are only one in number. So these billions of twinkling objects what we see during the night time, they are called the stars. In your LKG there is a rhyme also. You have already know about the rhyme. That is about these stars only. And another object also we can see only in the night time, which is not as bright as the sun what we see in the daytime. This is nothing but the. So these are the things what we see during the daytime and the night time. Apart from all these things, we can see some other objects are also there in the sky. They are called the planets. Planets number is fixed. They are not uncountable number. They have some fixed number of objects also we can see in the sky. They are called the planets. Now let us see what are these sun and these moon and stars and what are the planets. Actually these stars, they are the balls. They are round in shape. Stars are hot balls of very huge in size. Huge means very large. Huge in size. These are the stars. And this sun, what we can see, very large in size. When we see from the earth, the sun is larger in comparative to these stars. This sun is nothing but, it is also a star. Sun is nothing but a star. Then in your mind, why? These stars will appear very small in size, whereas the sun will appear very large in size. The only thing is that the sun is nearer to the earth, whereas these stars are larger than the sun. They are far away from the earth. The distance between the sun and the earth is more. That's why the stars will appear very small in size. Whereas the sun, which is also a star, it contains hot gases. That's why, and bright. That's why we cannot see directly the sun. If you want to see the sun directly, immediately we will close our eyes. Why? Because our eyes, they cannot take up this, they cannot capable of seeing the brightness of these stars. Whereas the stars, which are also bright as the sun, but we can easily enjoy and see the stars. Why? Because they are very far away from the earth and they look very smaller in size. So here we have discussed the three things. One is the sun, another one are the stars. So sun is is nothing but a star. It is also a star. But it looks very bright, very big in size because the distance between the sun and the earth is very less when we compare the distance between the stars and the earth. So what is the stars? The stars are the hot balls. So sun is also a hot ball. Sun is also a star. It is also a made up of hot gases. So here we have discussed what are the stars and what is the sun. Now let us move to the next topic. Okay children, we have discussed about stars and the sun and the stars. Now let us discuss the other objects. They are called the planets. When we have discussed in the third class about the planets, we have discussed about Earth, that Earth is also a planet. So what are planets? The planets are nothing but the large bodies which revolve round the sun. Planets are large bodies, large objects, moves round the sun, and they have no light of their own. Planets, they don't have light their own like the stars. Stars have their own light, but the planets, they don't have their own light. They will get the light from the object around which they are revolving. So that means clearly they don't have any light of their own. But how they will get the light? They will get the light from the object around which they are revolving. Revolving in the sense moving in a round. Revolving means moving in a round. So the planets, what are planets? Planets are large objects which revolve around the sun. So all the planets, they will take the light from the sun only. Why? Because they are revolving around the sun. And how many planets are there? And how they will move? They will move in a particular path around the sun. For example, this is the sun. They will move in a particular path. Not in a zigzag manner or in a straight line or in some other direction. Always they will revolve round the sun. That's why I use the word revolve. Moving around the sun, and this path, the way in which they are moving, revolving. Always when we discuss the solar system, we have to use the word revolve. That is the correct word for this movement of the planets. So, and the path, the way in which they will revolve around the sun, this is called orbit. So, what is orbit? The path, the way in which all the planets are revolving around the sun. That path is called the orbit. So, we have discussed what are planets and what we call the path of the planets. The path of the planets is called the orbit. So, two words, this is the new word, orbit. Orbit means the path of the planets in which they will revolve around the sun continuously. And the planets, they don't have their own light. They will take the light from the sun. Why? Because they are all revolving around the sun. So, this is. Now let us see how many planets are there. Actually, astronauts, they have given the 9 planets, but one planet was deleted from the solar system. So, we have only 8 planets. So, sun, 8 planets, and some other objects are also moving around the planets. Those are called moons. You know, we can see the moon in the sky. That moon is also revolving around. All the moons are revolving around the planets. That means planets are revolving around the sun and moons are revolving around the planets. All the planets have no moons. Only few planets have the moons which they will revolve around the planets. So, the sun. the planets and the moon, they form a family called solar family. Solar family or solar system. The lesson name. That is solar system. So what is solar system? The sun, the 8 planets and the moons. Or they will form a family. That family is called the solar family or the solar system. Now you got the name of the lesson. That means today we are going to discuss about the solar system and the earth, which is nothing but a planet. So now let us see the different characteristics of the different 8 planets, their names and what are their properties. What is the speciality of each and every planet of the solar system. So how we will see? We will see the planets, we will categorize, we will divide the planets from according to the distance from the sun. According to the distance from the sun, we will divide the planets into 8 groups. What is the first planet? This is called the Mercury. This Mercury is the planet which is very close to the sun. Mercury is the planet which is very close to the sun. That's why it is very hot planet. Mercury is very hot because it is very near to the sun. And it has no moons. Already I told you all the planets have moon, not have the moons. Only some planets are there around which the moons are moving. So the Mercury is the first planet which is very near to the earth. That's why it is very hot. And it has no moons. That means this planet is moving around the sun only. Nothing is revolving around the planet called the Mercury. The next, that means this is the smallest planet also. It's the smallest and the hottest planet. When it comes to the next planet, it is called the Venus. This is the brightest planet. It is the brightest planet. And it is clearly visible during the daytime and the night time, morning time and evening time. It is clearly visible in the sky. That's why it is called the morning star and the evening star, also known as morning star and evening star. It is the brightest planet. Also clearly seen during morning and evening. That's why it is also known as morning star and the evening star. It has also no moons. No moons are revolving around the planet called the Venus. When it comes to the third planet, which is commonly known as our Earth, our home planet, that is our. And in the third class we have discussed about the Earth. So Earth is the only planet. It is also called a living planet. Why? Because the life is possible on this Earth only. In the third class we have discussed why only Earth. Why on the Earth only we can live. Why we cannot live on all the 8 planets. Remaining 7 planets, why the life is not possible. Why? Because air and water, which are the basic needs of all living organisms, is available on the Earth only. This planet is not very hot and not very cool. The climatic conditions very moderate, neither very hot, not very cool. If it is very hot also we cannot live, it is very cool also we cannot live. So why we can live only on the Earth? Because first reason is the air and water are available. Second one is it is neither cool nor very hot. That's why we can survive. All living organisms can survive on the Earth. And it has only one moon. One moon is what we see in the sky. What moon we can see in the sky? That moon is revolving around the Earth. When the moon, this is about our living planet, this Earth. The next planet is called the Mars. It is also called the red planet. It appears as a red in color. So the next planet is Mars. After the Earth, the next planet is, this is according to the distance from the Sun. We have categorized, we have written in the order from the distance from the Sun. So Mercury is very close to the Sun, next it comes to the Venus, then it comes to the Earth, next comes to the Mars. Mars is also called the red planet. Why? Because it is full of red dust. You know what is red dust? Red soil. So it is full of red dust. That's why this planet is also known as the red planet, and it has two moons. Two moons are revolving around this planet. This is called the Mars. So how many planets? Mercury, Venus, Earth and the Mars. These are the planets we have discussed. Now let us come to the another planet, that is called Jupiter. This Jupiter is the largest planet. And it has a spot in this Jupiter. There is a spot. So the fifth planet is Jupiter. This is the largest planet of the solar system. And it has a specialty of this planet is there is a spot we can see in the Jupiter. What is this spot means? There is a storm. Storm means, you know, cyclonic winds. They are blowing in this planet. That's why there is a spot we can see in the Jupiter. And it has 67 moons are revolving around the Jupiter. Highest number of moons which the planet is having, that is the planet nothing but the Jupiter, which is the largest planet of the solar system, and it has a spot. What does the spot indicate? Means storm. Storm means winds. Heavy winds are blowing in this planet. When it comes to the Saturn, this is the different planet from all other planets. Why? Because when we have drawn the shape of the planets, almost round in shape. But only speciality of the Saturn is that there is a ring around this planet. There is a ring around this planet which is very clearly visible in the sky. Saturn planet is clearly visible in the sky. How can we identify this? It has a ring around it. And it is the second largest planet. After Jupiter, the second largest planet is the Saturn. And it has 62 moons are revolving around the planet called the Saturn. When it comes to the seventh planet, that is Uranus. This Uranus is the third largest planet and it has 27 moons are revolving around the Earth. The last planet, that is Neptune. It is the planet which is far away from the Sun. It is far away from the Sun, that is the Neptune. It is also known as windy planet. Heavy winds are blowing in this planet. We can ask a man, winds are also blowing on the Earth. Not like the Earth, these winds. Heavy winds are. When we observe during the cyclone days, with how much of speed the wind is blowing, that type of winds are blowing in the planet called the Neptune. That's why it is called the windy planet, and it has 14 moons which are revolving around the Earth. So almost these are the 8 planets. Already I told you there was a 9th planet, Pluto, but the Pluto was not considered because of some reason. The Pluto was not considered in the family of the solar system. That's why we are discussing only about the 8 planets. This is the order of the planets, the distance from the Sun. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. Neptune is the farthest planet. It is far away from the Sun. So Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These are the 8 planets and their moons and the Sun. This is called the solar system or the solar family. Okay, so we have discussed what are the planets, how many types of planets are there, and around which they are revolving. Now here we will discuss about the most important planet, that is our home planet. Now we know that the earth is a planet. All the planets, not only the earth, they are all revolving around the sun. So our earth is not only revolving around the sun, it is also revolving on its own axis. You like a tops, you know, you are playing with the tops, no? So how the tops are moving around its own, like that the earth is also moving around itself. Like this, you can see this globe. If I move this globe, this is moving around its axis. This is moving around its axis. At the same time, it is moving, revolving around the earth also. When the earth is moving around its own axis, that is called rotation. Rotation means around its movement, around revolving around its own axis. This movement of the earth is called the rotation. How much time it will take to complete one movement around itself is 24 hours, which is equal to 1 day. So it will take 24 hours to complete the rotation around its own axis. And at the same time, like other planets, the earth is also revolving around the sun. That movement is called the revolution. Revolving around the sun. This is called the revolution. How it is revolving around its own axis and how it is revolving around the sun. And how much time it will take? It will take 365 1/4 days. 365 1/4 days. But commonly we say 365 days. But actually the correct time is 365 1/4 days. Like that, the different planets have the different times to complete the revolution around the sun. But why I have written only about the earth? Because we are discussing about the movements of the earth only. We are not discussing about the other planets. When you go to the higher classes or 5th class, you have the different planets, their timings, how they are revolving around the sun. So before going to the topic how they are moving, you know the earth is just like a sphere. The shape of the earth is sphere, not round like a ball. Sphere means it is little bit pressed in the up and top and the bottom. That's why it is called the sphere. When you divide the sphere into two equal halves, who is dividing the sphere, this earth, into two equal halves? An imaginary line. Imaginary means which we cannot see, which is not real. An imaginary line which divides the earth into two equal halves. That imaginary line is called equator. And each half is called the hemisphere. When we divide the sphere into half, it is called hemisphere. Hemi means half. So this is called this is the north side, this is called the northern hemisphere. This is called southern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere. And the earth is always tilted. That is bent, slightly bent. So you can see in this globe. Is it look straight? No, it is not straight. It is little bit tilted towards my hand. Because this, how it is moving, this line, there is a line is there. From this earth, this is called the axis of rotation. On this axis only, the earth will move around itself. What we call it as a rotation of the earth. So the rotation of the earth on this line only, this is called the axis of rotation. And near this, towards the north side, this is called north pole, and towards the south side, bottom side, this is called the south pole. So we have two words, new words, axis of rotation, a line on which only the earth rotates around itself, that is called axis of rotation. and we have an imaginary line which we cannot see. We can imagine that there is a line which divides the earth into two equal halves. One part is not smaller, another part is not larger, exactly half. That's why it is called hemisphere. Hemi means half. Sphere means the shape of the earth is round like a sphere. So that's why upper part, the topmost part is called the northern hemisphere and the bottom one is called the southern hemisphere. Why? Because we know this is the north direction and this is the south direction. So here we have discussed what is rotation. That means the earth is not only moving around the sun, it is also moving around its own axis through this axis of rotation, and the time period is 24 days, which is nothing but 1 day. And at the same time, the earth is also, like all the remaining planets, the earth is also revolving around the sun. To complete one revolution around the sun, it will take 365 1/4 days, which is equal to 1 year. I hope that you have understood the movements of the earth, what is rotation of the earth and what is the revolution of the earth. Now let us see what is the importance of rotation, what will happen due to the rotation of the earth and what will happen due to the revolution of the earth. So we have discussed what is the movements of the earth. The earth is revolving around itself like a top or a spin. That what we call that movement, it is called rotation, and it will take 24 hours of the time. And what is the importance? What will happen if the earth is rotating around itself? We will have the day and the night. We will have day and the night. How many hours we have day? We have exactly 12 hours. Not more than and not less than. So after these days, 24 hours of the day, that is day and night, because of the rotation of the earth on its axis. The part of the earth which faces the sun, that part will become day, and the remaining part which is opposite to the sun, that part will become the night. Again, when the earth is rotating, the part which will come again facing the sun, that part will become day, and remaining part is called the night. That's why we have alternatively day and the night for 12 hours and the 12 hours. So that is the importance of the rotation of the earth, that is movement of the earth around its own axis. Now what will happen due to when the earth is revolving around the sun, it will take 365 1/4 days. And do you know that all the 365 1/4 days or entire year, do you feel only one type of climate? No. Sometimes we feel very high temperature climate. Sometimes it is very cool. Sometimes we have heavy rains. And sometimes we have moderate climatic conditions. So only that means entire year we won't experience the same type of climatic conditions. If the earth is not moving around the sun entire year, we have only one type of climatic conditions. But we are not having. Few months we have one type of climatic conditions, another few months we are having another type of climatic conditions. The change in the climatic conditions are called the seasons. Seasons means change in the climatic conditions. Change in climatic conditions is called the seasons. And basically we are having the 4 seasons. So in entire year, actually we are having 6 seasons, but basically we are having summer, winter, autumn and spring. What is the climatic conditions of this summer? It is very hot. The temperature is very high. And we can enjoy our summer vacation also in this summer season. And winter season, the temperature is very cool. That is December, January, February month. That time the temperature is very cool. When we used to wear the sweaters, woolen clothes, at that time the temperature is very cool. Autumn and the spring, these two are having the moderate climate. That is neither very hot and not very cool. That is called the autumn and the spring. These changes in the climatic conditions are only which we call what we call them as the seasons, only because of this revolution, that is movement of the earth around the sun, for which will take 365 1/4 days. And here there is a small concept. You know the meaning of a leap year. every 4 years. The February month is having 29 days and we call that year as a leap year. From where that one day is added on that year, the year will become 366 days. So from where that one day is added, actually I told you that it is 365 1 by 4 days. When we add 4 1 by 4s in your mathematics, you will get 4 by 4, this is 1. That one day is added to the normal 365 days. That's why that year is called the leap year, on which we are having 366 days, and that one day is added to February month, which is 29 days. Normally the month of February has having the 28 days. So this is about the revolution of the earth around the sun, because of which we experience the changes in the climatic conditions for few months, and those changes in the climatic conditions are called seasons. And basically mainly we are having 4 seasons: summer, winter, autumn and the spring. This is about the solar system, earth and its movements. I hope that everyone has understood the lesson. If not, we will discuss when the offline classes will start. Once again we will discuss. Thank you. Have a nice day.